This is such a delicious and easy salad to celebrate fall. So let's get started on our apple quinoa salad. And it's a 7-layer salad, so it's not your mama's 7-layer salad, trust me on this. Okay, so I'm gonna start with some apple cider, about 1/3 of a cup in my jar, because I'm gonna start with my dressing. And next up, I've got some apple cider vinegar, about 3 tablespoons. And next, I have about 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil, all into my shaker jar. I'm gonna make a jar dressing. Next up, I have about a good healthy teaspoon of honey. There we go. And I oiled my little bowl before, so I sprayed it with my olive oil sprayer before I put my honey in. So see how nice it came out? And then last but not least, I think I'm gonna need my spoon for this. I have a little bit of Dijon, oops, there's a fork. I know there's a spoon in here. Dijon mustard. So here's my Dijon mustard. And then I'm also gonna put in some salt and pepper. And I think I call for about a 1/4 teaspoon of salt and pepper. So just, you do it to your taste, but make sure you put a little bit in, even if you don't wanna put a lot. Well, we never wanna put a lot. So here we go. And I'm freshly grinding my pepper. There we go. And now I'll slide this to the side since I've used it. And I'm gonna shake up my salad dressing. That's it, that's all you have to do to make this yummy apple cider dressing. And you know, it's so much fun to use seasonal veg and fruit like apples and our butternut squash we're gonna use. I'm gonna grab another spoon so I can taste this, see if we need any more salt and pepper. Oh man, that is good, y'all. All right, so the first thing I'm gonna do with my salad dressing, the apple cider dressing, is I'm gonna put about half of it into the quinoa. Now I cooked 1.5 cups of quinoa, and I'll show you, I like the either tri-colored or red quinoa. And the reason I do is because I think it's not only prettier, I think it has a lot more taste. So I cooked that 1.5 cups of quinoa in 3 cups of water until it was done. It took about 15 minutes, kept the top on, the lid on, so all the water got absorbed. So I'm gonna put half of my dressing right in here on my quinoa. And then what I'm gonna do with the rest of the dressing is I'm gonna put about a tablespoon on my green apples that I chopped up and my red apples that I chopped up. Now, y'all, this was just 1 green and 1 red apple, but they were huge, they were really big. And you can use any kind of red apple you want. I used, I think it was a Honeycrisp. So now that I've got my dressing on everything that I need it on, I'm gonna go ahead and start putting my salad together. And so I'm gonna grab my bowl. So here is my bowl, and I do have a beautiful bowl, but you don't have to put it in a bowl like this. You can just put it in a regular bowl or put it on a platter, put all the parts out on a platter, because it's so glamorous. It's beautiful colors, beautiful fall colors. Okay, so I'm gonna put, first of all, my quinoa. So I'm gonna take about half of my quinoa, and I'm gonna put it in the bottom of my beautiful glass bowl, maybe just a little bit more. And then I'm gonna layer on, remember it's a 7-layer salad. Then I'm gonna layer on, first of all, I think I'll do my apples, and you can use your creativity with this. That's what's so much fun about it, that you can put it in any order you want, just as long as you get everything in here. So, and I've got some juice now from the apples and that dressing. And you know why we put the dressing on the apples as well, because it will keep their color beautiful. And I like to make sure that I have pushed my apples up to the side of the bowl so you can see the pretty colors. And you know, a red delicious would be beautiful with this. I just don't think they have a lot of flavor anymore. And then next up, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna put, and I've taken this out of the oven quite a little while ago, so it's no longer hot. But look at this. I had some butternut squash from a small butternut squash that I chopped up. I'll show you how to chop that butternut squash easily in just a few minutes on another video. But I'm going to take half of this butternut squash. All I did was olive oil, salt, and pepper it, put it in a 400-degree oven, let it hang out together for about a half an hour until it got crispy on the edges like you see right here. And all I'm doing is just putting a little bit on top of my apples. Now, what do you think? Let's put on, I've got some dried cherries here. You can use any kind of dried fruit you want. I like the cherries, and I also have apricots because they're so pretty this time of year. The colors are so pretty. Okay, and then next up, I'm gonna put in the rest of my quinoa. So here goes the rest of my quinoa on top. So you see how easy this is. And you know what? If you had all the ingredients assembled, wouldn't this be a fun thing to do with kiddos or grandkids or the neighbor kids? Okay, there we go. I've got my quinoa in there. And now I'm gonna kind of sort of do the exact same thing I just did, in that I'm gonna put my butternut squash on there. And you know what? This is gonna be super easy. Look at this. Right? Pull up my parchment paper, and I always put parchment paper because I have to wash my own dishes, right? And I don't like to have more mess than I have to. So there goes my crispy, roasty butternut squash, crispy on the edges. I'm gonna put in now, I chopped up some apricots, dried apricots. Look at the color, yay! Okay, and again, I'm kind of moving it around so that I can see it on the side. Oh, this is so pretty. Now I have some chopped walnuts. I toasted these walnuts earlier, and I am gonna put these right on top. Isn't this just like super duper fall? Okay, and then last but not least, let me make sure I've got a few on the sides. Two more things to put on here. I'm gonna put my green apples. There we go. Oh, yum. And I'm gonna put some, you can use goat cheese crumbles, you can use feta crumbled, you can use blue cheese crumbled, whatever you like can go right on top. And it's not a lot of cheese for the quantity of salad, but it is gonna add just a little bit of creaminess to the salad. You could leave it out, but man, it sure does taste good with all those tart fruits. And then last but not least, to top it off, I'm gonna put some green onions right on the top of the salad. Wow, I cannot wait to serve this up. I think people are going to absolutely, positively love it. It's so pretty, it's so easy to make, and so festive for the fall season. I hope you loved this recipe, and I hope you'll make it at home. Until the next healthy recipe for the Cancer Wellness Kitchen, bye.